Good day, brothers and sisters. Another day to spend with the Lord. Come, let us listen and reflect on His Word.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Saint Matthew. On that day, Jesus went out to the house and sat down by the sea. Such large crowds gathered around him that he got into a boat and sat down, and the whole crowd stood along the shore. And he spoke to them at length in parables, saying, A sower went out to sow, and as he sowed, some seed fell on the path, and birds came and ate it up. Some fell on rocky ground, where it had little soil. It sprang up at once, because the soil was not deep, and when the sun rose it was scorched, and it withered for lack of roots. Some seeds fell among thorns, and the thorns grew up and choked it. But some seed fell on rich soil and produced fruit, 100 or 60 or 30-fold. Whoever has ears ought to hear. The Gospel of the Lord.
Whoever has ears ought to hear. As Jesus goes out of the house and sits down by the sea, large crowds gather around him. Sitting on a boat now, Jesus narrates the parable of the sower, teaching the importance of listening to the Word of God. Our bodily instrument in listening is our ears. We will never learn from His teachings if we are not honing our ears to Him. His sound bites enter our hearts and minds through the ears. That is why He says at the end of the parable, "Whoever has ears ought to hear." The four soils represent the kinds of persons and listeners who are standing along the beach. The first three samples of soils are not commendable because the seeds which are sown to them do not bear fruit due to their poor quality. But in the last sample, the rich soil yields a lot of fruits. If we focus our attention to Jesus, discipline our minds, and refuse to be distracted by worldly cares, we too, like the good soil, will bear much fruit which the Lord expects from us listeners who have ears to hear.